Hello, dear adventures, and welcome to another Needlessly Complicated 14 stream. I found the ad manager, and it should tell me when ads are currently playing and when the next one should show up. So, finally, a little bit more ease and control. So, I only found that 20 minutes ago. Guys, I'm really new at this. So, yeah, Wednesday really pissed me off. I was so upset that my internet decided, hey, you know what sounds like a grand old idea? Let's get you an upgrade on your equipment. That sounds good, right? Right? That sounds real good, right? Wrong. In order to encourage me to immediately comply with their wishes, they throttled my upload speed so that I couldn't stream. It is estimated that you need about 6 megabytes per second in order to stream to Twitch. And that's at like real low settings, very basic stuff. I typically get around 20 with the internet service that I have and pay for. I was getting less than 1. I was getting less than 1. Also, I'm really sorry if there are a lot of mouth sounds. I have a cough drop in my mouth right now. I thought I would be done with it before stream started. I'm sorry. But anyway, that was really awful. I'm really sorry to everyone who was looking forward to seeing Video Game Fables continue and weren't able to watch at that point because of the nonsense. Flavor drop? That is going to be Aerietta Berry Medley. So I have Aerietta Berry Medley for my cough drops. I'm not looking to get something that is super, like, dealing with a sore throat so much as dealing with my throat being a little bit sore while streaming. So I am following the advice of other streamers and keeping cough drops handy. I'm just making sure that they're like low end ones so that it's not like actively medicating myself. So yeah, again, I'm really sorry that my internet would not play ball on Wednesday, but we are here now. We are here now. We are here to play Final Fantasy. And we are going to continue with our jobs. Because this is an all jobs, all quests run of Final Fantasy XIV. And we have some job quests to do and such. I was about to turn in Austerities of Earth when we ended last time, which is the Summoner level 35 job quest. We met a new boy while doing it. He very angry. And yeah. Hi, Hira. How are you today? I am doing well. I'm doing much better now that I know where the heck the ads manager is. And also now that my internet is not being rude. It prevented stream on Wednesday, and I'm very frustrated about it. But yeah, how are you today? I'm just going to switch over to Final Fantasy. All right. So, like I said, we were just turning in some stuff, and I was just double checking to see which ones we already had. Aethernet. Lancer's Guild is probably the closest. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. So one of the things that I have talked about is that I don't know how to play Scholar, and yet that is one of the quests that I have to do. We have to drag our ridiculous little fairy around to try and retrieve her memories. Except if we get attacked, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do about it. Yeah, that one of the major problems with Summoner and Scholar leveling at the same time, at the same rate. I must say, I did not expect to meet another practitioner of the summoning arts. And I also did not expect to suddenly be fighting for my life. What precious treasure do we carry that this callous stranger was so willing to kill us to possess it? Such mysteries aside, I am most glad you were able to secure Titan Eggy before the summoner decided to unleash his fiery avatar. Without its protection, I doubt we would have survived that conflagration. The Eggy of Earth, as was so aptly demonstrated, is not a force to be trifled with. You should certainly take the time to explore its capabilities as well as its limitations. Be careful, however, not to neglect other magics at your disposal. Meanwhile, I shall confer with my colleagues in the Sons of Saint Koinach and to see what I might learn of the hostile summoner. We shall meet anon. And it looks like Stream Elements is doing some stuff. I am going to turn off one of my timers because I don't know that we are playing modded Stardew on Wednesday the 7th. We might be trying to get back into video game fables, so let me just open up that dashboard and turn off that timer for now. All right. And now we open up all our little windows again. You know, I thought that having a I thought that having a second monitor was going to be enough space, but apparently I need a third one. Here it says, I see you do MSQ very slowly. Try focus on this. You have time later to do another activity. It's a scholar, you must remember, he's not a healer who... Healing? He mainly throws a shield at other players. Okay, yeah. So, this is specifically... Hi, Claire. Yes, always need more monitors. This is specifically a challenge run. I've played Final Fantasy XIV almost to current. I did stop, but this is specifically like, let us be annoying to ourselves and see how much we can do at the same time before it becomes a problem. Also, Claire is a good friend of the stream and also another streamer, so Claire is currently playing a Renegade run of Mass Effect 2. She recently finished Mass Effect 1, and now she's doing Renegade for Mass Effect 2. So she is also creating challenges for herself and making things needlessly complicated. She streams on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But yeah, like, we could do the main scenario quest and just run right through it, but we wouldn't be able to maintain all of our jobs at approximately the same level and do all of the side quests, which is one of the big things that I wanted to make sure to do. Because everybody does MSQ. Everybody who streams Final Fantasy, they either stream MSQ, PvP, or raids. And very few people actually go in and do the side quests. So I wanted to make sure to highlight that because there's so much to this game, and technically no wrong way to play it, except maybe the way that I am. Alright, so... let's see, so that was going to be in the city of Nim. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Hira, but like we do hit on a lot of climactic moments, but this is specifically a challenge run. It's not supposed to be specifically just the story. Do I have that up? I might not have that up. I also need to make sure that my commands are correct based on whatever I am doing on a specific stream day. There it is. Okay. Okay, so that one, Death Before Dishonor, that is not a job quest. Okay. What about this one? This is Camp West of Quarry Mill. Did we already do this? Yes. So we can turn in Archer's Anthem and to get that out of the way. When did we finish that? It must have been a while ago. But it's easy enough to turn in right now. Welcome back, Aerietta. In your eyes I see a layer of understanding, of regret and of futility. And in your heart, it now echoes with the strains of an old song newly discovered. Embrace this song, and as you play it in battle shall ever more powerful emotions beset and temper your soul. When your stock of tales has grown, pray return and regale me with stories of your adventures. Okay. So that is done. Okay, so we also... So this is Fool Falls. I have no remembrance of where Fool Falls is. Oh! Never mind, I know exactly where Fool Falls is. So first we need to switch over to Ninja. And... that's going to be there, so it'll be fastest to go to Aleport. Luckily, we did quite a number of these already, in at least picking up the quests. So now it's just getting to where we're going to turn them in. Okay, so this would be the faster route. Or would it? Those stairs seem to be out. No, I do not want to participate in the fate. I have participated in enough fates. Okay. That fate, on the other hand, is kind of fun, so. Okay, so we need to speak with Oboro. Oh, that's right, this is... Let's see. Until today, I knew this place only as letters on a map. Gazing upon it with my own eyes, it's even more beautiful and powerful than I could have imagined. Yes, this will serve us well. My people do not worship your deities 12. Our gods are all around us, in the trees, in the soil, in the crashing waters before you. Close your eyes and open your heart to the sound of the rushing falls, that you might purge your mind of all worldly thoughts and distractions. The techniques you have learned will serve you well in battle, but confuse the order of your mudra, and you can just as easily turn victory into defeat. It is imperative that you keep a single focus of mind. So it is that masters have brought their students to falls like this one for training since my ancestors' times. Who is the more foolish, the fool or the fool falls, or the fool who comes to here without realizing he's being followed? Oh, this guy. Karasu. Now here's a curious scene. The dim one is accompanied today not by his swallow, but by a chirping horsebird chick who fancies herself a shinobi. The dim one is displeased. This after our hero postponed 2 assassinations to make this little journey. Could his friends not greet him with a smile and some crumpets, or whatever it is these Eorzeans take with their tea? The dim one ponders. How did our hero know to find him here? Yet the answer is plain as day. The dim one is a creature of habit and tradition. Where else would he bring his prized new pupil? Tradition. Our hero spits on tired tradition. No, for he is a shinobi of a different feather. Ever-changing, never predictable, but always, always in style. Those who cling too closely to tradition are bound to suffer the fate of their forebears. Or are the lessons of the past so soon forgotten? Ready yourself, Aerietta. It appears that your training today will be of a more practical sort. But of course, all you had to do was act nicely. It would be my pleasure to be your teacher for the day. Your first lesson, little chick. Raiton's lightning will strike a single foe, while Katan's flames will raise many. Wield them wisely, or don't. It's only your life at stake. Hi, Gecko Duck. Thank you for the follow. That's totally fine. I'm just glad you're here now. How is your day going? And how is work on your stream overlays? So Gecko Duck is another streamer here on YouTube. There. Last I saw, you were playing some sort of Star Wars game. But I know that I've also watched you play Hearthstone before, so if you want to tell me a little bit more about what you've been playing lately, I would love to hear more about that too. Oh, how generous our hero, putting aside his killings and spyings to play mother hen to the horsebird chick. You will try to keep me entertained, won't you? I mean, I'll try. Okay. It would help if I remembered how to play ninja. Okay. He's doing a very good job at making my life difficult, and I'm not happy about that. Hello. Oh, great. He brought Imperial soldiers with him. Where are they? Ah, they're over here. They do make funny noises though, don't they? Okay, so thinking a little bit harder on this. It would probably make a lot more sense if I were to use the mudras and, you know, knew what they did. Because then I could probably do area of effect attacks. Okay, sure. Definitely still figuring this out. And I do see your message, Gecko. I'm just in combat. Trying to remember how this is done. Duty complete! Gecko Duck says, I'm currently doing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order playthrough. Starting Monday, I will be streaming more than once a week, and I have not decided what the other streams will be. But I do love Hearthstone Battlegrounds and have streamed that in the past. Okay. How are you enjoying Jedi Fallen Warriors? Or Fallen Order, my bad. Variety Star Wars streamer, yeah. Okay, so... Avoro. You fought well, Aerietta. I, however, should have known to expect the traitor's attack. I was careless and put you in danger. It will not happen again. It appears that Karasu has taken an interest in you, and I fear this complicates matters some. Let us return to the docks. There is much I would tell you. Okay. So that's done. Let's see if we can get Scholar out of the way. I think I remember some of these. Okay. So we'll head over to Camp Overlook. Okay. I have not turned on a ferry. That would probably be a good thing to start with. Gecko Duck says, I like it a lot. It's very story-driven and canon in the Star Wars universe, so I love all the lore I'm getting. It's also a fun standalone game with lovely graphics. Awesome. I never really got into Star Wars as a kid. I was very much a Star Trek nerd as a child. Mostly because my dad was also a Star Trek nerd while I was a child. But as an adult, I am growing to appreciate Star Wars quite a bit more. Plus, their non-mainline story bits have been really nice. Okay, are you still coming this way? You've turned around? And you've turned around. Excellent. You didn't get into Star Wars until college? Yeah, me too. It seems like the next ad is going to start in 5 minutes, so I'm going to see if we can get through this one first. Forgotten Whisper. The fairy strains to remember. Okay, that wasn't a very big deal like I thought it was going to be. I remember some of them being over this way. Maybe it would be better just to have the map up so that we can easily see. Yeah. We're just going to put this over here so it's taking up less space. Oh, hello. No, please don't do that. I am Squish. There are so many more buttons with Scholar than there are with White Mage. Okay. Is that upstairs? That's probably upstairs. I don't know if I can get up there. Yeah. Not from here anyway. I would have to go all the way around. Obnoxious! I'm gonna do a lurk for a bit. Need to shower and eat some dinner. I'm glad I popped in and that your internet is working. Thank you so much, Gekuduk. I hope you have a good day and that you have some yummy dinner. And I'll see you later. Thanks again for the follow. And for the well wishes with the internet. Because, oh boy. Okay, I am in a semi-secluded place. No, we're gonna just do this and to hope that ads don't interrupt immediately. Oh, that's right, big old Curial. Okay. I am going to run the minute and 30 seconds of ads now. And then we'll fight this Curial. So we'll be back in a minute, or minute and a half rather. Doop doop doop. And those of you who are subscribed, I hope you're enjoying your new subscriber buttons. Uh-oh. Well, I tried to avoid this battle. It's not important to the actual story though, so hopefully people won't mind that it is being covered up by an ad. This Curial is very rude. There. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we should all be back from ads now. The Curial attacked me while the ads were running, so whoops. I don't know how I'm supposed to get over there. I'm gonna get on my bird and try to jump. But yeah, the Curial attacked me after ads. Ha! We made it. Okay. Forgotten Whisper. Okay, the fairy strains to remember. Okay, and we have another one over here. If we can get past all this stuff. Okay, so that is in a bunch of Curials. Because of course. Why make this easy? Then again, I am in general not making any of this easy. On purpose. Guys, we forgot to eat food. Okay. Trying to get past all these without, rather, while failing to avoid their attention. Okay. This one, however, we cannot avoid. So this will make 3 out of the 4 spots, and the 4th one should be at the bottom of the map. Okay, so these are way fewer buttons than I remember, which is very good. It's just that I'm sure they get more complicated the more you know what you're doing. Okay. The last one is at the bottom of the map. We're just going to run straight past that golem. Or not. We're just going to get stuck behind this rock instead. And everything should be turning around. Yep, okay. And the last one, which should open up a cutscene. Or not, I guess. Apparently there is a fifth and final one, and we did this out of order. Which should surprise no one, least of all me. I'm very good at doing things in the wrong order. Okay, there it is. Can we take a moment to just look at how pretty this is? It's lovely. Alright, so Stream Elements bot is giving us a friendly reminder to take a sip of water because hydration is an important part of every adventure. I wonder why it's not doing my custom bot name, but that's beside the point, and we're going into a cutscene. Hey, look, she matches the crystals, and she's doing a little dance. The Forgotten Whispers of Nim have rekindled... Well, it certainly said something, but it disappeared too fast. So that is done. Do we have any other... So this is returning to the dock storehouse, which I believe is closer than returning the last remnants. Embracing New Depths, which is that? That is Karn. I keep looking at it because I think we have to do it, and I am incorrect every time. Okay, so we're heading over to Wineport to start with. And then we'll head back to Limsa. And we no longer need the map open. I'm glad that there are some nearby aetherites, but some of these are just really out in the middle of nowhere. And this music is making me miss Stormblood, which is a later expansion that we haven't gotten to yet, because we're still in the first one. I would tell you a story of our past, a story of the traitor and why he must die at our hands. Growing up in the same village, I have known Karasu since we were both children. When we came of age, we began our training together under Master Gekkai. From a young age, it was clear that Karasu possessed an innate talent for our art that few could rival. I spared no effort in my training, yet struggled to grasp the techniques that he would master effortlessly. In his own way, he possesses a mind of singularly devoid of wasteful thoughts. A mind seemingly unclouded by concepts such as right or wrong, good or evil. Despite this, deep down, I always thought of him as a brother. All that changed on a fateful day when Castle Doma fell to the Guardlands. Someone had betrayed our homeland, sold our secrets to the enemy. Looking upon my friends and as their bodies lay broken and bleeding, I saw a figure flee into the hills. It was Karasu. Were I younger, more naive, I might have pursued Karasu as he fled, in an attempt to reason with him. But it was clear that this man, this demon, was no longer one of us, if indeed he ever had been. Even Master Gekkai did not survive the slaughter. Did Karasu bear him some grudge, or was it merely a student's ugly pride? For our master's fate was the grisliest of all, his body mangled, his once proud face shattered beyond all recognition. I once held out hope that if I crossed blades with Karasu in battle, that I might understand something of what it was that made him do those horrible deeds. Yet each encounter only raises more questions. One thing is clear, however, Karasu could have killed us back at Fool Falls had he seen fit, and yet he chose not to. It was as if he was testing us, testing you. Needless to say, this does not change our mission. For his crimes against Doma, Karasu must pay with his life, and yet his thorough knowledge of us and our art has put Tsubame and I at a grave disadvantage. But you, Aerietta, your thoughts, your movements are still unfamiliar to him. Your presence might just serve to break his focus and afford us an opening. Yet to accomplish this, you must become stronger still. Promise me that you will not let up in your training. Okay, and now we switch back to Scholar and head to Limsa to pick up from there. Welcome back, Aerietta. I gather the experiment met with success? Then this strongly suggests that each fairy is a distinct individual with her own thoughts, feelings, and memories. Well, I must redouble my efforts to translate the remaining texts. At this rate, your discoveries threaten to overshadow mine. Not to bemoan your accomplishments, but I have yet to decipher any equally amazing stratagems. Soon enough, though. Soon enough. What did I just get? Fairy has imparted knowledge of succor. I'm guessing that is specifically for healing, but... hoo boy. These bars are very filled. What does succor do? Restores own HP and the HP of all nearby party members. Ooh. Okay, so... it is time. We must decide, Eos or Celine. Or decide not to decide, and we will instead put them both over here, even though this bar is shared with everyone, so that we might have succor on our bar as needed and necessary. Okay, so that is Scholar. What other jobs do we have to do? Is it all? Okay, so we still need to do Gladiator. Or rather, what is Gladiator? Gladiator is Paladin. Didn't we do Paladin? Monk. Warrior. So we haven't done like any of them. What the hell? Oh. There it is. I was looking at the wrong place. Okay, so it looks like we have done all except for the warrior quest, and we know that that's going to be over by Costa del Sol. So let's do that one real quick. Well, I learned a thing. I'm learning so much today. Okay. And this was up by another waterfall under which to train. Because why would it not be? Okay. There's a lot of these things here. I'm not a fan. Where... There, this is the one I was looking for. And here he is, Curious Gorge. Hello, Curious Gorge. Welcome back, my friend. I can see that you've not neglected your training. For my part, I fear that deciphering the ancient chronicles of my people is proving to be a much more demanding task than I had imagined. Mind you, it hasn't helped that I've been somewhat preoccupied of late. A comrade of mine from days in the company of heroes asked me to do a favor, and it's taken me back and forth across the realm like some bloody fairy. I'm on a hunt for some mysterious feral beast that has been terrorizing small folk. People don't know where this monstrosity came from, but witnesses say its thirst for blood is unlike anything they've ever seen. Unfortunately, the time I've spent in pursuit of this beast is time I have not spent studying the chronicles, and I am sorry to say that I have made little progress. However, while on the road I was able to decipher one passage that may be of interest to us both. From what I can gather, the chronicles tell of an ancient set of armor forged by my ancestors in the flames of the Seven Hells, and inscribed with the same arcane incantations that adorn the soul of the warrior. It would seem that this mighty armor was passed down from hero to apprentice for centuries, until one man, driven by rage and vainglory, cast all 5 pieces from Abalthea's highest peak. Since that day, the armor has remained lost, and with it, the power that it harbors. As far as I can make out, the next passage in the Chronicles concerns the whereabouts of the missing artifacts, though I have only been able to make some sense of the odd word thus far. Still, I must confess to some excitement. Imagine what a warrior clad in such garb could achieve. Ah, if only my brother were here. We could decipher the text together and spread the teachings of our people to the entire realm. Alas, he is not. His whereabouts are as hidden to me as those of the ancient armor. I would have liked you to meet him, if only so that you could have looked upon a true warrior. Well, perhaps you shall still. Eorzea is not as large as most people perceive. Paths cross, fates intertwine, such is the will of the spinner. It may be that my brother has chosen a similar path to mine, but I have rambled long enough. You are here to take the next step in your training, and so I shall oblige. In the southern reaches of Thanalin is the Segoli Desert, a god's forsaken wasteland of naught but sand that stretches as far as the eye can see. It is here that the Leviathan of the Dunes lurks, a sandworm of gargantuan proportions. When facing this mammoth creature, you will soon realize that the feeble hacks and slashes of your puny axe are ill-suited to the task of felling such a foe. But do not let this dissuade you. Wake the slumbering beast within and summon forth a strength that transcends the limits of your physical form. Mind you, now first you'll have to find the beast, and that might prove a tall order itself. The Yu tribe that inhabits the Forgotten Springs is wise to the movements of the denizens of the desert. Should you want for guidance, I'd wager they could set you in the right direction. Alright, so we're back to the Segoli Desert. And this should be the last of our Disciple of War. Oh, we're speaking to this person again. Or, oh, we're speaking to several people. Well, let's talk to her first. The Leviathan of the Dunes saw the fearsome bugger not a week ago, preying upon a group of merchants south of Bayergot Strike. The smart ones dropped their wares, turned tail, and ran. The other ones, well, at least they can say they died rich. Okay. Are you in the building? Nope. Oh, yes. Just had to look a little bit higher. Aye, I've seen the beast. Stands 3 malms high, he does, and stirs up sandstorms with each writhe and wriggle. Showed up in my hunting field some years ago and has been swallowing up my would-be prey in that gaping maw of his ever since. So they will be happy with us if we get rid of it. Sandworms are particularly sensitive to the vibrations in the earth, such as those made by running. If you look to summon one of the beasts, then I suggest you search for their tracks, then run about making as much of a clamor as possible. I would also suggest you seek a cure for your bad choices. Very rude of him. But let's see if we can get there and to finish this. Okay, the smoke bombs are non-aggressive. Or rather, they are passive until aggroed. And there is another monster, which we don't really want to deal with right now. We're just trying to do the one. I see dead bodies. Let's deal with this Sundrake first. Okay. Run around in circles. Hello. Giant sandworm. This isn't much bigger than the rest of them. Sir, would you kindly just, I don't know, keel over? Please? So now that I have a new microphone, I have to remember to kind of stay in one place, which is a difficulty for me. Okay, so Costa del Sol. But yes, if I get louder or quieter, please do let me know if I have careened off into the distance instead of staying nearby my microphone. Thank you, Claire. I am so glad that there's no more popping. That was very frustrating for me to listen back to my VODs and be like, it's doing the thing again. Make it stop. So, yes. I'd say a good expenditure. Plus it has rainbow lights. Like, you can't see them. It also has a little happy face on the pop filter. Which, again, you can't see it, but I can, and it makes me happy. Ah, Aerietta, your crystal grows ever stronger. In felling the raging sandworm, the beast within you slowly but surely rouses to wakefulness. When next you do battle, methinks you will find yourself capable of movements heretofore unfamiliar to you. I can use words. I cannot use words. Aerietta cannot use words. That is not a thing she can do. She has forgotten how 7 times since creating this command. When next you do battle, methinks you will find yourself capable of movements heretofore unfamiliar to you. When you have mastered your new talents, return to me. In the meanwhile, I shall continue my study of the ancient texts. Inner Beast delivers an attack with a potency of 330. And a beast gauge cost. What's a beast gauge? We have not yet seen a beast gauge. You hear the whispers of the ancient villagers. I think that's what it said. Yeah. Beast gauge. The beast gauge displays the current strength of a warrior's wrath. This animalistic rage is required to execute several select actions such as Inner Beast and Steel Cyclone, and you will grow weaker upon using them. Using certain actions will increase the beast gauge. Interesting. Okay. And they put Inner Beast right there. Good to know. Did I move it on Paladin to the other side? I probably did. Probably. We'll find out soon, I am sure. Okay. So, we've done the level 35 job quests for all of our Disciple of War jobs. Now we go to Disciple of Magic. And we've done all of those too. Have we really done everything? Incredible. Okay, so I believe it's just Disciple of Hand and Disciple of Land. So we've done Miner. We still need to do Botanist. Okay. So Botanist, Carpenter, Blacksmith, Armorer, Leatherworker. Okay, so I'm guessing that we already got done the Ul'dah ones. Since we still have to do Botanist, let's start with Gridania. Okay, and we will switch to Botanist. And see what Fufusha has for us today. Ah, Aerietta, you couldn't have come at a better time. A dear old friend of mine has found herself in a predicament and is in dire need of a botanist's aid. Normally I would not trouble you with the request of such a personal nature. This task, however, should serve you nicely in your training. A contingent of the God's Quiver has just returned victorious from a hard-fought battle with the Ixal, and my culinarian friend Yanni has been tasked with overseeing a feast befitting the occasion. Unfortunately, she is suffering an untimely shortage of a key ingredient. I would ask you to harvest 20 laurel leaves, which can be found amidst the lush vegetation to the northeast of Little Alamigo in southern Thanalin, and then bring them to me for inspection. Okay, so back to the desert we go, I guess. Constantly are we in the desert. That is the wrong one. Okay. Where's the door? There's the door. Actually, this is also a door. Okay, and there's one to start. Okay, and we've already gotten all of these previously, so let's just get through this real quick. 20. Oh! We already have all of the... Guys, I was not paying enough attention. We already have all the laurel leaves that we need in excess. Well then! That's awfully exciting. Okay. So let's head back to the Botanist Guild and give them to Fufusha. and then go pick up the leatherworking quest, because I think we've already picked up the carpentry quest. That's why it was blue. That's why it was blue. Let me see here. 19, 20, and nary a withered leaf among the lot. Yanni will be pleased as peas. Speaking of which, Aerietta, do you know why Laurel is so prized by culinarians across the realm? Not only does it boast the most pleasant aroma, deep yet not overpowering, the perfect accent to a savory stew or seasoning for a steak, but it is also known to stimulate the appetite. The brave men and women of the God's Quiver feast now, but it is only a matter of time before they are summoned back to the field of battle. Deliver the laurel to Yanni, and she might prepare a feast that will warm their hearts as well as sate their stomachs. Okay, so apparently Yanni is over here, which is good because that is right by the Aethernet that we need in order to get to the Leatherworking Guild. Okay, so I'm just going to snooze this ad for another 5 minutes since we're doing stuff. Greetings, friend. Are you perchance the botanist to whom Fufusha entrusted my Order of Laurel? Yes. Well, I can see why Fufusha is always singing your praises. These will be among the crispest and most aromatic laurel leaves to ever grace my spice rack. Ixali raiding parties grow more relentless with each passing day. I fear that the day will soon come when we can no longer afford to feast our men as heartily as we do today. Still, Gridania's finest require sustenance as much as they need their lances and bows. I am but a simple culinarian, but I would do what I can to support my countrymen, and yet there is only so much I can accomplish on my own. In any event, I am grateful for your aid. Pass along my thanks to Fufusha, and to let her know that I shall be calling upon your service again. Okay. So, the botanist quest does start getting interesting specifically because of where this one starts. So that's all I'm going to say so that I don't spoil it, but that is a thing to look out for. It does get really interesting in terms of kind of figuring out matters of importance and what supporting one thing looks like, and the idea of progress over perfection. It's very interesting to me, but you only get to see glimpses of it for quite a while. I hear Yanni was overjoyed with your delivery. Thanks to you, she'll be able to prepare a feast befitting the triumphant occasion. And yet, truth be told, I take no pleasure in martial victories. Every day that we continue to water the soil with blood, I fear we lose something of what we once were. There was a time when Gridanian and Ixal alike lived in harmony with nature, and each with each other. Is there no other way to resolve our differences than with lance and arrow? Forgive me, Aerietta, I do not mean to burden you with my troubles. And there it begins. I think I didn't put on the good stuff. So let's see. Yes, I have one of those. I do not have the hat. I do have the gloves. So it's either the hat or the shoes. So item comparison, that's going to be 4. And this loses perception but gains control, which is not what we're looking for. No, it does gain perception. Okay, it gains 3 perception. So the shoes are better. Okay. Ooh, we needed to update very bad. Okay. Now we will head over to Leatherworker. Do I have the best gear on for leatherworker? I do not. I have to put on my silly apron. Very important. Okay. Leatherworker. And I am going to take a sip of water. You are welcome to join me. Sluggards and slouches, the lot of them. Aerietta, don't tell me you haven't noticed as well. Uneven seams, slipshod stamping. The work produced by the guild's rank and file in recent days simply isn't up to snuff. Whether it be the impending exhibition or this whole Angerbatha business that is distracting our craftsmen, I do not know. What I do know is that if they don't get their act together, and soon, we're at risk of actually losing business to those charlatans. I will not stand idly by as a lack of discipline undoes the reputation that our guild has worked so long to achieve. Someone needs to remind those slouches why they became leatherworkers in the first place, and I've decided that person will be you. Yes, you, Aerietta. Surprised, are you? Ha! I may question your skills, but not your dedication to our craft. Bring me the finest pair of boarskin ringbands you can craft and show me that my trust hasn't been misplaced. It would be only the slightest of exaggerations to say that the future of this guild, not to mention your future, hangs in the balance. Now get to it and show your good-for-nothing guildmates how it's done. Jiva, I have concerns. Okay, boarskin ring bands. I need the boar leather and the steel ingot. Okay. Alright, so I am going to pick up the materials while the next series of ads play so that I'm not waiting for the materials and you're not having to watch me get them after having already waited through ads. So ads are going to start in about 30 seconds, just so that you are aware. And Emran has also completed a venture. Okay. So we needed boar leather. And do we have all of that? It might already be in our bags. Okay. So, blacksmith needs the levels more. Okay, it's telling me that ads are starting soon, but it's not actually telling me if the ads have started. Terribly rude. Terribly rude. Oh well. Hopefully it will figure itself out momentarily. There it goes. Make sure that it's wearing the best. Okay, now we switch back to leatherworker. And we need boar leather. So yeah, I already had grabbed all the materials, but It's been such an off week that I totally forgot. Such an off week that I totally forgot that I had already gotten all the materials into my bags. Terrible. I don't think we have enough. Okay. There we are. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so we should be back from ads now. And then we need to make an oak longbow for Beaton. And we'll be done with that. And all the rest of the ones in Gridania. So, switch over to Carpenter. Put on the good clothes. Oak. Longbow. Okay, so we need oak lumber. And another steel ingot. Okay. Okay, nearly there. Perfect. Okay, and now we switch back to Carpenter. Do we have the necessary materials? Oak, lumber. We do not have oak logs. Okay. Yeah, that's inexpensive enough. We'll grab it. Okay. Oak longbow. Yes, we have all the things. Good. And that should do it. Perfect. Okay, so switch back to Leatherworker and run back to Jiva. Well, Aerietta, have you crafted me the finest boarskin ringbands this guild has ever seen? No pressure, of course. Yes, I have. Humph. Is that a smudge? One could hardly call this perfect. Fortunately, it is not perfection I sought of you, but pure single-minded devotion to the craft. And from the moment I took this ringband in hand, I knew you had not let me down. Clearly, you possess a keen understanding of the ideal ringband. The boarskin, light, sturdy, and resistant to friction, is reinforced by steel links to afford protection without weighing down the wearer. Clumsily crafted ring bands have been known to distract those that would wield magic. Yours, however, have been so well balanced that one might forget that she is wearing anything at all. This is a true accomplishment of leatherworking and will serve as a clarion wake-up call to any loafer content with churning out substandard work. I will be honest with you, Aerietta. When you first came stumbling through our doors, I reckoned I'd have an easier time making you into a saddle than a respectable leatherworker. How pleased I am to have been proven wrong. You've risen to the challenge and become a model to the entire guild, which reminds me. I have spoken to you of the Gridanian exhibition, yes? The day of opening draws near, and I must devote myself fully to producing our new line of leather fashions. As this will afford me little time to devote to everyday affairs, I require someone to handle the more demanding commissions until the exhibition has come and gone. I've decided you are the woman for the job. That's right, your next task will be to serve as my personal assistant. Don't even think about neglecting your training. Is that clear? Okay. So, mithril magnifiers. We're wearing the apprentice smock, and I'm pretty sure we're also wearing the linen gloves. So we're going to grab the money. Okay, and now we head over to Carpenter. And I'm just going to run down instead of trying to navigate, running over to an Aetheryte and then running from where it lets off to the Carpenter's Guild. It's almost negligible time to just run straight down. Okay. Have you the longbow, Aerietta? Marvelous. Simply marvelous. Some carpenters claim that oak is ill-suited for use in longbows and that other wood is far more preferable. But I would say you've chosen your materials well. This particular specimen is both hard and elastic, and I see no reason to believe it will take a permanent bend. Of course, we have you to thank for that. The finest materials are nothing without a skilled craftsman to mold them. Indeed, this longbow is a testament to your ever-growing skills. Gerhard will approve. You may take it to him at the Adder's Nest. I got a little squeaky towards the end of that. Gonna have some more water. The weather change is not being my friend. Okay. Ah, Aerietta, do you have the longbow I requested? My word, I see my faith in you is not misplaced. You have a young archer under... I have a young archer under my command who will be thrilled to receive this. It is of critical importance that my squad keep its weapons and armor in good shape. Our reconnaissance missions often require that we spend weeks in isolation without any form of support. In fact, we leave for our next mission on the morrow. Unfortunately, this means I must once again postpone my visit to the guild. If Beaton complains, just give him a piece of quality lumber on my behalf. That should provide ample distraction. He's always been more passionate about his work than anything else. But I imagine you learned that long ago. Until we meet again, Aerietta. Alright, and now we head back to tell Beaton that we have done the thing. Gerhard was satisfied then? Good, good. Another mission. I understand. We are both professionals with responsibilities that cannot be ignored. Even so, it always gives me cause for worry. I do not question his ability as a commander or as an archer, but irrational as it may be, forgive me, I am cursed with an overactive imagination. It's nothing, never mind. We shall speak again when next I have a commission for you. And we take the money. Okay, so next is blacksmith and armorer. I think those are the last two. So we'll head to Limsa and be incredibly thankful that we have a new CPU and it doesn't take 5 million years to load into Limsa. That was so fast. Okay, so we're heading up to the aft castle. And I believe these are the last two. So, blacksmith, armorer. Yep, all the other 35 ones have been done. So these are the last two. Perfect. Ugh, something evil's brewing in me belly, I tell you. Can't seem to keep anything down. Too many at the wench, I reckon. Couldn't have come at a worse time either, with Phasar breathing down me neck. Now, when it comes to the market, you've never met a tighter miser than old Phasar, but at the Colosseum, the man throws gold at fire so like water at a fire. They know it, too, so they ask their patron for a new blade. And once they get their blade, now it's a bigger, sharper, shinier blade. Before you know it, I'm waking bells, forging weapons for folk what ain't got arms enough to wield 'em all. Don't get me wrong, I'll gladly take the coin, but I ain't up to it this time on account of me condition. Which is why I need you to make whatever needs making in me stead. Have a word with Phasar and see what he wants. Okay. So, Brittle sends you to me again. I'm flattered he holds me in such esteem. As you may have heard, I have an eye for able warriors, yet without the proper arms and armament, ability is for naught. Forge me one steel bouge of equal part splendor and might, and you and Brittle shall know the bounty of my generosity. But fail me, Aerietta, and I may be forced to reconsider my arrangement with Naldik and Vimelis. Cool, whatever. You are allowed to be an angry man. You will not get the better of me. Greetings, Aerietta. I hear word you bested Blansteer in an armorer's contest of skill. An impressive feat and one which you should be proud of. But I'm afraid you've made a most troublesome enemy, for he is both persistent and vindictive. As you will know, I speak from bitter experience on that matter. Rather than dwell on this unpleasant rivalry, however, I would have you focus on your craft. Ready your hammer and pliers, Aerietta. There is much and more to do. Master Lingzeth over at the Bismarck has commissioned a new steel fry pan. And as one might expect of the head of the Culinarians Guild, he accepts only the finest of wares. Now, compared to pounding out thick protective plates of armor, cooking utensils, being generally smaller and lighter, requires somewhat more delicate touch. You must bring all of your concentration to bear, lest you risk ruining the entire piece with a single misplaced blow. In light of recent events, which have no doubt left your mind scattered, I believe a task that fully engages your faculties will prove beneficial. Let us not keep Master Lingzeth waiting, Aerietta. To the forge with you. Okay, so a fry pan, and I don't know how to pronounce that. It's a blade of some sort, but we're going to do that one first because blacksmith is still not yet level 36. So that is a steel BHUJ. So we need a steel ingot is what we are short on. And we probably need at least one steel ingot for a steel fry pan. Let me just check. Steel plates, which is 2 steel ingots. So let's make 3 steel ingots. right. And I am currently on blacksmith. Good. I don't know why blacksmith keeps falling behind armor. It doesn't make much sense to me. It shouldn't. We've been leveling them simultaneously, just like we have with every other job on this challenge run. Okay, 1. Two. Oop. Failed synthesis. Need to pay better attention. Okay. There, much better. Three. Okay, so we need for blacksmith, it is this one. Oh, we need 2 steel ingots for this one, so we'll have to make another one. It's fine. That wasn't the one that I was trying to click. That's fine. And we're going to, as much as humanly possible, try our best to ignore the awful little scratchy sounds, which I dislike thoroughly. Terrible. Only 1 off. Okay. We've completed that one. Now we switch over to armor and we can just make another steel ingot on armor for the steel plate. Hi, Seki. Steel ingot? Better make it a found ingot. Thank you, Seki. I appreciate you. How was dinner? Unable to craft because not... Okay, there we are. I don't understand why it's not just the same recipe, considering you're making the same object. It's just on 2 different, and mind you, not incredibly different jobs. That seems silly. Okay, so now we have steel plate, and we need to make 1 of these in order to make a fry pan. Okay, and steel fry pan. Ooh, should have. Well, let's see if we can still make it. Okay. There we are. Okay. Gosh, we're almost already up to the next level of job quest, but we have so many things to do. Where's that fry pan, Aerietta? Here. Here it is. Truly, another consummate work. I can find no flaw with its weight or balance. It is not so heavy as to be a struggle to lift, yet it remains sturdy enough to endure the frantic pace of the Bismarck's kitchens. I trust that at this juncture you comprehend in full my earlier warning. To produce a fry pan of this quality would most certainly have required your undivided attention. And I can tell this item received just that. The consistency of the metal's thickness is all the evidence one needs. This type of precision should not be undervalued. In this case, should the fry pan be poorly forged, the heat of its cooking surface would be uneven, and such flaws are unacceptable to an exacting culinarian such as Master Lingzith. Even the sturdiest of utensils, however, rarely last him more than a few seasons. It is a struggle to find armorers who can meet his demanding specifications when he turns to our guild for replacements. I had long intended to assign this commission to you, but your encounter with Blandsteer had me doubting your ability to concentrate. This is one of those rare occasions when I'm happy to be proven wrong. Seki, out of the frying pan into the frying pan. Wait. Your uncompromising attention to detail continues to be an inspiration to your colleagues. Speaking of details, there is one that remains unattended, delivering this fry pan to Master Lingzith's hands. I trust you do not need directions to the Culinarians Guild. No, but I got stuff to do, Hananza. I don't also do deliveries. Why can't you talk to the Moogle? He's just right there. Okay, here it is. Some sort of axe, apparently. You've come with my gift? Excellent. Let's have a look, shall we? I demanded nothing short of perfection, and you have exceeded my every expectation, Aerietta. A finer one I have never seen. A well-wrought oak haft with a solid steel blade, more than sharp enough to slice through sinew and bone. Many an aurochs neck shall it cleave. I cannot wait to see it wielded. Since the glory of the steel bouge you have forged for me shall be sung in the screams of all who stand before it. Ahem. I see my trust in you is not misplaced, Aerietta, and I shall have need of your skills in the future. Cool, give me my money. Okay, and now we play Errand, while on Errand's child, while on armor. Moogle. Moogle. Moogle is not a gender-exclusive title, and it's also appropriate for the game we're playing. I can use my brain sometimes. It's incredible. Okay. Just gotta get to the Bismarck. And we already did the ratatouille for our crafting up here. As a culinarian. You've come to deliver my new fry pan, Navia. Yes. Well now, ain't she a beauty? With this pan I'll be able to whip up all sorts of dishes and not fret about burning the middle or undercooking the edges. You say this was your work? Only the Forge Master herself has ever been able to make utensils what I'd consider worthy of the Bismarck. Seems like I finally got me another craftswoman I can trust. You're welcome in my kitchen anytime, lass. I would hope so, considering I was here last week learning how to be a culinarian. I'm just saying, Lingzith. You should be able to recognize me. I was wearing the same clothes and everything. Anyways, that is the last of our level 35 job quests. So now we work on other level 35 stuff. Okay, so so you can't take it with you as a level 35 quest for the MSQ. We also have a bunch of other level 35 quests and leave quests in order to do the leaves of various areas. And we also have Karn. I am not doing Karn today. Or am I? I I am not doing Karn today. Okay, let me just double check my notes real quick because I had specific plans if I managed to finish the job quest today. Okay, so I'm going to continue on with the MSQ. And I think let's do it on Black Mage for funsies. That was Summoner. That wasn't what I wanted to click either. We are heading over to Drybone. A bullpoint chisel, you say, and a pair of needle-nose pincers? Those things don't come cheap, you know. But I have money. Falls balls. I mean, yes, that should be sufficient payment. Nice doing business with you. Alright. So, another ad is about to come up, so I am just going to run that real quick while I run back up to the church. So I will see you guys when ads are over, and we'll be able to continue MSQ immediately following that. See you in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Okay. How do I get out of here? Here's how I get out of here. Oh, I also... There. Alright, ad should be over soon. Let's make sure we're wearing good gear. We are. And let's make sure we have food. Very important. And I'm going to stretch, actually. I'm going to redeem a stretch. And we're going to stretch to the right, stretch to the left, stretch up and back. And you are welcome to stretch with me if you would like. Very important. All right, so we should be back from ads. And I did do a channel point redeem myself to stretch, which I did. You are also welcome to stretch if you would like. But we are back with our mysterious boy, which, I mean, I know who he is, but I'm not spoiling it for anyone who doesn't. So, Marquez, have you brought the tools I requested? Yeah, we have a bullpoint chisel and needle-nose pincers. Something occurs to me. Please wait here for a moment. It was for naught. Though I repaired the device easily, the sensation that stirs within me yet remains a mystery. But how? How did I do it? These hands, my hands, they moved with a mind of their own, deftly manipulating the clockwork mechanisms. There was no doubt or uncertainty. I knew exactly what to do, as though I had performed the same motions countless times before. Pardon me, Aerietta. This was a mistake. Please give the horologe to Sister Eluned. The man who once owned it is currently in her care, and I think it best it be returned to him. Okay. We will find out more about him soon. Also, a fun thing. So, the last time we were here was when we finished up the level 34 Quest of Sadness that led us to this church. The absolute despair and sadness that led us to this church. It turns out that I was mistaken. We didn't run into a spelling error. Apparently, cops, COPSE, is actually an old and not very commonly seen form of the word corpse. It was used in the 1600s, if I saw it correctly, but someone in the YouTube comments pointed that out. So thank you kindly for letting me know and for the education on ye old-timey words. So it wasn't a spelling error, it was just really archaic. Good evening to you, madam. Have you come to pay your respects to this man? I come with a repaired horologe. By some manner of clockwork wizardry, this strange contraption can precisely measure and follow the 24 bells in a single turn of the sun. Never before have I seen such a queer device. You say that it measures the passing of time. Mayhap they are more common in Garlemald. I am given to understand that its cities are filled with all manner of amazing technologies. Marquez said that it belonged to the deceased. Oh dear. You don't suppose that the owner might have been a Garlean spy? It may behoove us to notify the authorities in Camp Drybone. But mayhap more importantly, how did Marquez manage to repair this device? I knew he had a talent for the trades, but this goes far beyond mending fences and thatching roofs. We're getting a level 34 weapon coffer. I'll figure out what job to use it on next time. I recognize you now, Aerietta. Allow me to express my deepest condolences for those who lost their lives in the attack. I apologize if discussing this upsets you, but you should know that the bodies of your comrades are presently being removed from the waking sands and prepared for transport here. If you wish to leave this work to others, I understand. However, taking part might help you find closure. Oh, come on! I was not expecting to deal with so much sad today, but I guess this is where we're at. Okay, so this is our content warning. If you are uncomfortable with the thought of dead bodies and dead bodies being moved and mass violent and lethal attacks, this is your opportunity to say, hey, I need to take a mental health check on this. And that is totally reasonable and fine. Please take care of yourselves. That is the most important part. I'm going to quickly put in chat the content warning as well as put it on screen just to, in case anyone else comes in. Okay. All right, so that is there, and let me just real quick add a text. Sorry guys, I wasn't prepared for this because I forgot that it was coming up so soon. I didn't realize that it was coming up today. And yeah, I forgot that it was coming up at all. Okay, so and we're going to put a background color on there so that it's easy to see. Okay, and no, don't be like that. Okay. Again, very sorry. Oh, come on. It's being very angy. So, let's see if I can... Better. Much better. Okay, so that's just going to be at the bottom of the screen right now until we're no longer part of this quest. So again, sorry that took a minute to get that set up. I just want to make sure that everyone is safe and not watching things that are going to upset them or trigger a mental health reaction. Okay. Because, yeah, I know that the first time I saw this, I was just sitting in my chair sobbing. You don't look like one of them church fellas. Not that I'll turn you away, no sir. As you can see, we've got a pile of unidentified bodies over yonder. No one's come to claim them, so off to the lich yard they go. Be thankful you didn't have to go inside and see the carnage for yourself. 'Twas the stuff of nightmares, I tell you. Goddamn Imperials. Oh, but we did. Just not today. I don't know what quarrel they had with these folks, and I sure as hell don't want to know. The sooner we put this behind us, the better. Say, I ain't seen you around here before. Nor do you have one of them faces. Never mind. Any road, there's a carriage come to haul the bodies to the lich yard out by the east gate. There's only 8 left to load up, but seeing as I'm exhausted from carrying all the others, I have a mind to leave the remainder to you. Might want to cover your nose while you work. Some of these folks started to turn. Ugh, gross. It sucks because, like, you recognize the models of these people if you had gone inside and talked to them. I don't think we actually did that in this run, but all these people were inside. And you could see them before this, and a lot of people don't take the time to actually go and talk to them, kind of like how we did not take the time to go and talk to them. What happened to the big fella? Oh, forget it. Just bring the next batch and toss him in the back. Ain't like they'll complain if you're rough. That's not very nice. Well, ain't you a strong one? 4 in one trip. Reckon there's no need for me to lend you a hand with the rest, then. Okay. And, like, even if you did get the chance to go and talk to these people, none of them really stood out except for Neuraxia. So this is the part that really just hurt my soul when I saw this coming the first time. Because you interact with Neuraxia quite a bit. Definitely more than the others, since Neuraxia is part of the MSQ. Come on. Let's finish this before I die of old age. You know, you could be less rude. The sylph's peaceful expression belies the fact she no longer lives. That should be all of them. Thanks for the help. Reckon it won't take too long to deliver the corpses to the lich yard. Even so, you might want to hurry back and tell them that our work here is done. Yep. I'll just be on my way. I'm not crying, you're crying. Either that or it's raining. Here in the desert. Raining very hard. That's the wrong... There it is. For being here so frequently, it is incredible that we keep getting turned around. And by we, I mean I. It is incredible that I can't just easily just point the right direction and go. I see that you decided to heed my advice. I pray that in doing so you found some small measure of peace. The first carriage from Vesper Bay arrived not long ago, and we have begun preparing your comrades for burial. I had a hand in the initial rites, and I would like you to know that for many, death came quickly. Rest assured that we will treat them with the utmost respect, and do everything we can to shepherd them to Thal's realm. Although we can perform the rites for most of the scions, there is one whom we cannot accept. We would like you to return this one to her people, the sylphs of Little Solace. And here I go crying, oh my god. It is only proper that she be given into the care of her friends and family, so that they may mourn her in accordance with sylphic traditions. They really had to drive it home, didn't they? They really had to drive it home. Okay. Gonna finish this as quickly as possible. This one is surprised to see Walking One in Little Solace. How can these ones assist Walking One? Neuraxia? But this one does not understand. Camuxio, this one has heard much wailing. This one would know what has caused such distress. Terrible news, Elder One. Awful news. Walking One has returned to Little Solace, but why? These ones have not requested further aid. Neuraxia. How did this happen? Explain everything to this one at once. So, not only Neuraxia, but many of Walking One's friends were lost. Neuraxia went to Thanalin at the behest of this one. Walking One was with Neuraxia at the end. Tell this one that Neuraxia was brave. Tell this one that Neuraxia did not suffer. This one's glad to hear Walking One's words. Thank you for bringing Neuraxia home. These ones also wish to thank Praying Ones. Tell Praying Ones that these ones will remember this kindness. This one demands vengeance. Imperial Ones must pay. Imperial Ones must suffer. When the time comes for Walking Ones to face Imperial Ones, do not forget these ones. These ones would not have Neuraxia's death be for naught. These ones will fight. So I'm an emotional mess. That's exciting. Okay. Seki, I don't know where Big Sol... Actually, I do know where Big Solace is. Okay, so... So, this is East Shroud. Little Solace is down here. The Sylphlins are up here. So, this is technically where Big Solace is, in the Sylphlands. I mean, I understand that that was a funny haha rhetorical question, but there is actually a location for that. Okay, I'm going to turn this quest in and make sure that we don't have any burials to commit before I take the content warning back down. We thank you for your service to the church and to the sylphs. You may be pleased to know that in your absence we interred the remaining scions in the Lich Yard. Perhaps you still wish to do more for your friends. If so, I would remind you that you have already done so much on their behalf. Please, take a rest and set aside your burdens for now, Aerietta. Seki says, yeah, I'm punning to ease the mood. And I'm an emotional mess. All the time, every day. Okay, so this is better than the Manor Beret that we are wearing. Technically. I don't know that this one is any better than what it is. Control I. Let's see. They're wearing the skull eye patch. That's 4 strength, 4 dexterity, 4 vitality, and 5 critical hit. Where this is 4 strength, 4 dexterity, 4 vitality, and 6 skill speed. I don't think that's any better. I'm gonna go with the mithril spectacles. And they are in fact better. And now we have silly little glasses again. That was not what I intended to do. Look at our silly little glasses. Much better than our goggles. Okay, so I am going to, again, check to... Well, no, we've already interred the bodies. Or rather, they've interred the bodies. So I'm going to turn the content warning off. Okay. Seki says they're so hard to see on a Lala. That at least the monocle for me was a bit shinier. Yeah, these are pretty hard to see on us. Like, we really have to scroll and... there. They are very thin frames. Okay. I'm not imagining it, Aerietta. I know I'm being watched. This is different. Sinister. It is as if I'm under observation. This feeling comes and goes, but I felt it last when I ventured outside. Yes, I know I felt it. Will you look outside for me? Please. It will only take a moment. Seki says that's why I love the classic spectacles. They're the only ones I can see from afar. Fair. Are we... already... Okay, so we are still in the level 35 part of the MSQ. However, we are at the end of our time for today. We got a whole lot done. And yeah, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for coming into chat and to hang out and to just lurk and be with me while I finished up all the job quest garbage. And thank you for bearing with me while I'm still figuring out the ads. It's been a lot trying to make sure that I'm not having people lose content just because I now have affiliate. Yeah, thank you for being here, Seki. So I am going to put it in chat. Here is my Beacons directory link. Here you can find me through Twitter, Instagram, our community Discord, YouTube, Ko-fi, and Throne. Hive has been down for several days, and I don't know when their servers are going back up, so it's not as much of an issue that Hive is currently not there. I also have co-host. I finally got on co-host. It took a while to get my account activated so that I could post, but I am there as well. Also, on our Twitter and on the community Discord, we currently have a poll. And that poll is to decide when our bonus community game night is going to be, when that stream is. We're going to be playing Words on Stream, and I'm going to be showing the progress that I've made on upcoming graphics for the stream. Co-host is just another social media, very much like Tumblr and Hive, and kind of like Twitter a little bit, but mostly like Tumblr. But yeah, so if you would like to vote on when we hold this stream, I am choosing between Saturdays and Sundays for the next couple weeks. And I'm going to, after stream, I'm going to be bumping that poll post by retweeting it on Twitter. And as I said, it is also in the community Discord. So real quick, I'm going to find who we are going to be raiding today. If I can remember how to click buttons. I'm great at this, you guys. Okay, so Gecko Duck was here earlier and visiting. Let's go visit Gecko Duck. Gecko Duck uses she, they pronouns and is currently playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. So yeah, let's go give them some love. If I can get back to all the things that I'm looking for. I thought you already ate dinner, but I hope you have a good dinner, Seki. Okay, so if you would like to join in the raid, here is the raid message. And if you are subscribed, here is the raid message with your emote. This is what it looks like. Let us go get that raid going. All right. Thank you again for everyone being here. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you again on Monday for more Final Fantasy, on Wednesday to make up for our video game fables getting missed out on because of internet garbage. I'll see you guys later. Bye.